Welcome back to the Pokemon Black No Experience run. Last time, we defeated the obligatory breather member of the Elite Four, Grimsley, who was very easy, naturally. But now, the breather is over. Next, we go against Marshal, the fourth and, well, actually, technically they're not numbered, but anyway, the final member of the Elite Four in this run that I'm doing, and the fighting type user who actually was the one I was most afraid of when I first tried this. I always thought that Marshal was going to be the one who gave me the most trouble. That turned out to be Caitlyn, but that's not to say that Marshal is at all a pushover. He is far from it. You see, out of everyone in the Elite Four, I think Marshal was the one who gave me the most trouble when I first played in my regular run. The reason being is that he covers his weaknesses very, very well for an Elite Four member. And you'll see I'm switching items around a little bit here, giving the Expert Belt to Tornadus because, of course, Tornadus is great against fighting. Anyway, he covers his weaknesses very well. Actually, no way, I'm going to give it to Agogi, actually, for that Psychic. But anyway, most of his Pokemon have bad special defense, so I think it's kind of better anyway. Anyway, like I was saying, though, basically what he does is he knows that fighting types are, for the most part, weak to Flying and Psychic. For Flying types, he has Rock moves, like Stone Edge, Rock Slide, and the like. For Psychic types, he has Payback. So yeah, whatever you use against him, if you try and exploit his weaknesses, he will punish you for it. So, Marshal is actually fairly smart by in-game trainer standards, and that's what worries me. Now, definitely going to want to switch over to Reflect rather than Light Screen. Now, oh, actually, Virizion is able to learn both. That's interesting, I didn't actually realize that. So apparently Virizion can learn both. Reflect is going to be very useful in this one, because naturally, just about every single attack that's going to be coming our way is going to be physical. Considering the last three members, I guess Grimsley was mostly physical. Yeah, Grimsley was mostly physical, but I didn't even need Reflect for him. Anyway, we enter this room for our final opponent, and the decor here seems to suggest Steel Specialist, not Fighting Specialist, which is kind of ironic considering that the next Pokemon League did in fact have a Steel Specialist. I always thought that it would be interesting to have a Steel Specialist as an Elite Four member, not Champion, because that doesn't exactly count. But anyway, going up this thing, and it still feels pretty much like a Steel area rather than Fighting. Until you realise what it's leading you towards. We just walk up the stairs here. And bang! Yes, this definitely is some kind of boxing ring or wrestling ring or whatever you want to call it. I actually do admit I really, really liked Marshall's area in Black and White 2. Even better than this one, actually. But anyway, let's see that I've got the right Pokemon in the lead. It's kind of funny because I'm going to have to reach a little bit for my commentary here because I can't actually remember much about this fight. But anyway, this here is Marshal. This is actually probably the first time you're meeting him. Alda did mention him earlier and said that Sharon reminds him a lot of this guy, so that's interesting. So yes, this guy was mentored by Alda, the champion. That's a scary prospect. So, let's get ready to rampage! Here we go. Final Elite Four member, Marshal, and his arena's a bit weird. I don't know why it's all light blue, but kinda odd there. Anyway, his first Pokemon is Throch, obviously. I don't know why, but I always like pronouncing it Throch. I don't know, I just do. Anyway, gonna set up the Reflect here first, because this thing has, yeah, Storm Throw. Oh, Storm Throw. Okay, that is gonna ignore the Reflect, because Storm Throw is a move that always causes a critical hit. As if that wasn't freaky enough, it actually got buffed in Gen 6, so now it's even stronger. Well, did it? I know that Frost Breath got buffed to the point where it's practically a base 110 power move. But anyway, Bulldoze too is kind of scary as well. It's not quite Earthquake, but it will lower your speed. And being outsped by this thing is a little bit of a scary prospect, especially when it has Payback and you're a Psychic type. Fortunately, it going first with Payback means that Payback does less damage. So that's actually going to work against it for a bit. Okay, let's make it dance even more. Yeah. Gonna get hit by Payback a little more, but fortunately it's not doing as much with both Reflect up and going first. See, that Bulldoze actually worked against him there. And next out is Marshal. Now, Marshal, for some odd reason, is actually Marshal's highest level Pokemon. This really confused me when I first played, because I seriously expected Conkeldurr to be his strongest. I guess it's because Marshal fully evolves later. Oh! Now that was very nice, and very, very lucky. Yeah, Marshal just missed with Jump Kick, which caused it to take 50% of its health off. However, Marshal is very, very annoying for this one reason. U-turn. Now, if this thing has Regenerator, I'm going to get very, very pissed, because that could be bad. Oh boy, and it's Sork. One of my other nemesis from this playthrough. Sork is very, very powerful. You really don't want to underestimate it, seriously. This Sork here has Stone Edge, so Tornadus is not a safe bet against it. Stone Edge is actually doing virtually nothing to me at the moment, though. He is much faster than I am, so this could be a problem. And let's Psychic it up. Hopefully you don't have back range of special defense. Yeah, Throck is the more defensive of the two. And do I still have Thunder Wave? I don't think I still have Thunder Wave. That is very annoying, because I could really use that here. Anyway, more Moo Milks for healing. I'm only 12 HP above the maximum healing for Moo Milks, so they're relatively cost effective. And I'm actually doing a very good job of tanking these Stone Hedges. I'm surprisingly being quite physically bulky, which I did not expect. And Sork goes down. Phew, I do not have to add another Sork wipeout to my list. Anyway, Marshal is back, and it's going to U-turn me, which is going to be pretty annoying. And I can tell from its health there that it does not have Regenerator, because it would have healed if it had Regenerator and it hadn't. This means by process of elimination it has Inner Focus, which is actually not going to help it very much. Anyway, I resist this. Hopefully it's going to do that, not that much. And the funny thing is, Durant is actually probably the best thing I have against him. As in, like, in terms of things that Durant is good against, Marshal is the real one where Durant gets to shine. Because it's resistant to a lot of things that Marshal can, except for Stone Edges and things like that. Oh, Hammer Arm, okay. Wow! Oh, that was amazing! Okay, Mandiblast, you have made up for your failings before. You really have made up for your failings before, because seriously, that was incredible. Surviving on 1 HP, and forget what I said about Durant being a good bet against Marshal, because yeah, fighting is cancelled out by the steel, so you take neutral damage, and that hurts quite a lot. Fortunately though, after... Whoa, crap! Yeah! See why I was a bit scared about Marshal? This thing has probably about as much physical attack as... Oh yeah, Flying Gem. Okay, this could help. This could really help. Please, one shot. And it did. Whew, that was a close one. Yeah. Doing 50% of my health with a not very effective attack. Yikes, that is ridiculous. That's almost as scary as that Chandelier. Conkeldurr does have 140 base physical attack, which is very painful. But, yeah, no, I'm pretty confident this thing is faster than me, so I probably don't want to do much. I have a feeling Cavalion is actually the best bet against it, but hopefully... And faster and Rock Slide. Yep, that ended well. Yeah, had a feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, notice how this guy likes to cover his weaknesses. Again, I was kind of worried about him, and probably for a good reason. I'm doing reasonably well here, though, but yeah... Anyway, let's see if I can finish you. You have nowhere to run, Marshal. It's time to finally meet your end. And phew, I survived that. That's good. And down. That was actually somewhat of a tough fight. I am glad that I Flying Gem nuked that Conkeldurr while I did, because seriously, taking off 50% of my health with a not very effective attack, that is very scary. Very scary, especially given that Tornadus is no slouch in the defense department. Very, very scary. But anyway, with that, Marshal is done. And with that, the Elite Four has fallen. At last, we are finally through. The end is in sight. Let's just listen to this music to celebrate. So, yes, the last member of the Elite Four you defeat will say something different. So, yeah, apparently the Elite Four are not allowed to get involved in evil team matters. That kind of explains why, and by the way, he says the same thing there, no matter what. Anyway, we go back here, we find the statue is all glowy. Interesting. But before we head on down there to face our final challenge... Yep, you guessed it, I did in fact have one failed take against Marshal. So, I guess it's time for... the Fail Channel! And once again, I don't really have that much else to say except on with the failing. And I still think that Marshal looks like a rejected Street Fighter character. I mean, seriously, I could really imagine him in a Street Fighter game. But anyway, interesting thing about Marshal is that he is the one member of this game's Elite Four who doesn't really seem to have any kind of gothic motif to him. Which is kind of interesting considering the other three all do and he sort of doesn't. I actually admit that I really do like the whole, having to burn up my flying gem on the first one is not good. Especially when, okay, that was a KO, but I really learned the hard way that it is much better to burn that up on Helder because that thing's a much bigger threat. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I do like the fact that you've got Fighting Dark, Psychic, and Ghost. Three types that all seem to have, like, a sort of a circular relationship with each other, all in the one Elite Four. It really does make sense, and that is going to be painful to me. I'm surprised it did that little, to be honest. And am I going to be able to get Thunder Wave in before I go down? Oh, yes, I only just got the Thunder Wave in. That is very good. But am I going to get wiped out by Sorks again? Okay, thankfully this thing doesn't have guts. Okay, there's a possibility that Conkeldurr might, so you really don't want to paralyze that thing. Really. And you still have Karate Chop at this point in the game? Really? Okay, I'm going to go for an improvised power flinch strategy here. Hopefully this... Wow! That worked a lot better than I thought it would. And hey, don't use a full restore, 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 don't use a full restore. Yes, he didn't use a full restore. Good. Okay, this is going surprisingly successfully. I actually can't remember how I failed this one, so it'll be a surprise even to me. And I presume it has something to do with this Conkeldurr, because seriously... Yeah, I have a feeling that burning up my flying gem on this was the right choice last time. Anyway, hammer arm. Ow. That does an awful lot of... Whoa! That wasn't even a critical hit. Yeah. This thing is freakishly strong. Yeah, I was totally right to use up my flying gem on it last time. Really right, because I have a feeling this thing is going to kill me quite badly unless I set up this reflect. Might be able to salvage a little of this situation. Don't critical, don't critical, don't critical, don't critical, don't critical, don't critical, don't critical. And critical! Oh, of course. Okay, I have a feeling I do know how this run ended. Hacks. Yeah. Annoying thing about Marshal is he uses quite a lot of high critical hit ratio moves, which means that if you get unlucky with them, yeah. That's... But anyway, one of the reasons, though, this is probably my least favourite... Oh! Only a little bit of difference that flying gem made, but it made all the difference, seriously, because then that happened. And double critical! Oh yeah, I kind of do know how I failed this one. Hacks, hacks, and more hacks. But anyway, like I was saying, one of the reasons this is probably my least favourite Elite Fours in the series is that all four types of the members have all been done before in earlier leagues. That's the thing that I liked about X and Y's. You had Steel and Water, both of which had not been done on a regular Elite Four member, I'm not counting champions here, but both of which had never been done before. And then you have Malva, who may as well be of a type never done before, seeing how miserably Flint failed at being a Fire-type specialist, and oh, that's terrible! That is very, very bad. If you do have Guts, that is going to be very, very, very bad. It either has Guts or Iron Fist. Now, considering that it has... Oh, Hammer Arm does get the Iron Fist boost, so maybe it does have Iron Fist. Either way, I'm in for some serious pain here. Yeah, this is gonna hurt a lot, and I mean a lot. Now, hopefully, this will take advantage of your low special defense, because yes, Conkeldurr does have very low special defense. Please, no! Oh, damn it. Anyway, and I'm pretty much gone here because either that's Iron Fist boosted or Guts boosted. Either way, it's the end for me. And nice one, Kabalion! That rocky helmet may as well save me, except it didn't because you're watching a failed run. And my only one left here is Excadrill and the Enchao. We all know how this is going to end. Unless you miss high jump kick, I'm basically down. So, yeah. Earthquake is my best option here, I'm pretty sure. Miss high jump, jump kick. No, it didn't, and I'm gone. I am definitely gone. Yep, gone. Oh, another critical hit, really? Yeah, okay, I guess that's how I lost to Marshal the first time. Stupid criticals. Why is it there's always at least one member of the Elite Four who hacks me to death? Seabold! The curse of Seabold lives. Anyway, this wasn't nearly as bad as Seabold, but still, admittedly, 2 of the crits did come off of a high critical hit ratio move, so it was a bit better, but that critical at the end, that was just plain spiteful. Yeah. So it was probably the hacks that did me in there, because Gothitelle probably would have survived if it weren't for that critical hit, and that would have really saved me later on. I still don't know if his Conkeldurr has guts or not. If it did, I made a very bad choice paralyzing it, and if it didn't, again, Iron Fist boosted Hammer Arm. That actually explains how much damage it was doing. But anyway, Marshal is down. Next time, the final showdown. Next time we face the new champion of Unova. See you then.